So, before even day zero, as you see in this event schedule, we were actually prepared to come in at July 13th, like Tuesdays. Um, I was still a little down from my rollback rumble loss. You know, being one spot short from the summit spot definitely, it's going to put a sting on anyone. But, I was fine. I was fine after that. I was looking into avenues of making sure I could do this long term, full time. And then I got a message from Aiden, the guy that runs Summit. I got a notification from him. And I was also hearing concerned tweets from Pipsqueak uh, concerning his nightmare trip to Summit. I wonder if it's still up, but basically, Pipsqueak had so much issues getting to Summit. Well, even trying to get past the borders, like he had an unspeakable amount of issues. Like, yeah, the now dude nightmare. This, like, if you just look up his Twitter handle, he explains it right over there. It's honestly too long to read. It's a real shame. Like, in all honesty, some people kind of saw it coming. Like, it was like kind of in the back of my head that like, there's still a small chance, but I shouldn't count on it. But when it actually did come to fruition, like I felt really bad for him. Um, I I felt really bad, kind of just like taking someone else's spot, especially like a European, since Europeans already are such a significant disadvantage trying to get better at melee with little opportunities they have. And I just thought, like, yeah, Pipsqueak should 100% get in. Like, he deserves it 1,000 times more than like everyone else here combined because such an opportunity like him is invaluable. But when it became pretty clear that he couldn't make it fell back to me where I was one spot short making it to Summit. And, it didn't feel pretty. It didn't feel right for me to take it, but I had to make do anyways. And I made my preparations after running TNT, which, by the way, look up smash.gg/TNT. It's free to enter every 5 p.m. For East Coast and West Coast region locked. But while I was running that, I was also making my own preparations, being able to come to Summit because I lived like an hour away from the Summit venue, and it was quite nice that for me it was very convenient to come. And even if Pipsqueak were to come like last second, last minute, like I would have been happy to be there anyways as like a VIP attendee because they told me that if Pipsqueak did like miraculously come last minute, I would just be basically a VIP attendee, and like it would still almost be the same thing for me, honestly. Getting playing so many top players there and getting feedback from them. So it was like a win-win for me, either be there as a player or be there as a VIP without the stress of bracket. So as I was going there with, no expectations, a friend of mine did offer to give me a ride there, but, due to his work accommodations, I had to go there like at 6 a.m. So, all right, there, day zero. Wednesday with 3 hours of sleep and waiting outside the venue for like a few hours. But, nothing compared to what Pipsqueak went to. Like, it was a small sacrifice. And after, chugging down some caffeine, uh, you know, the orientation and walking to the summit venue, it was, it's, oh man, how do I describe the summit venue? It was so sleek. It was clean. It was spacious. It was very accommodating. There was like 25 setups for like 20 competitors. More than enough setups for all of us combined. Yeah, maybe liberating in a way. And there was that couch. There was all those snacks. There was that vaunted stream setup room where it was just you and your opponent. It was like the dream setup for a competitor to take advantage of. And once time went by, like to around 10 a.m., where all the competitors showed up, it was just basically 99% confirmed that I'm just here as a player. And I talked to Pipsqueak a little about how I really wanted him here, but how he deserved it. And then he told me back that like for whatever reason he thought I was more deserving and that that like he'll be mad if he if I still felt guilty about it. Like he even tweeted that publicly, whereas like, yeah, you should not feel bad about this. Like you totally deserve it. And what else can I do other than to honor his wishes? And so then I did. Like I still felt uneasy about taking his spot, as you see here. But if I got his blessing, not much more that we could do at that point. And after that, I was like, all right, well, it's just time to make the most out of this event. And after a brief orientations from the summit staff telling us how we should behave, the expectations of our behavior, day zero, Wednesday, was just media day. They're gonna pull us aside and have us record stuff. I was put aside just like twice. One for like me making a bunch of weird poses that apparently they never actually like uploaded a video to. Like I think it was supposed to be the summit intro, but they just didn't have one, so whatever. So I only got pulled twice. It wasn't really in any of the skits. I mean, it's not surprising. Like I was here last minute, so they probably couldn't. They didn't have any ideas where to fit me for skits. So I mean, that's completely fine. Not that mattered for me because all I did was just play friendlies with so many people. Like, come on, who were the attendees? Like, let me pull up the attendees really quick. Yeah, dude. Imagine being stuck in a room with all these legendary players. Ignore, man, it would have been so cool if Leffen was here, but yeah, these kind of players, being in the same room of Amsa, Hbox, LSD, Zane, Mango, SFAT, Cody, Wizzy, Plup, Moki, LSD, Axe, Aklo, Yingling, Nun. Here's a huge difference between playing friendlies with them in person versus playing them on stream, even if it's like really good ping. You have their undivided attention. There's no stutter from online this time. There's no potential excuses you can make. There's no ego being in the way. You are just playing with them. Straight up. For hours at a time. They're not thinking subs. They don't have any other obligations to fulfill. They're just here to play Melee. And that is such a big edge. Like, you are playing an undivided attention, probably one of the better versions that they could offer of themselves. And the coolest part for me is like the instant feedback that we give to each other. Because like, when you give feedback in terms of text, there's always like a little bit of dissonance. Like, you're not 100% expressed. Because like, giving feedback in terms of text, there's like a little bit of delay. Text is not really like a human language. It's just like what you think you're expressing versus how they might interpret it. And like, there's always like a possible miscommunication because you're not really showing them, you're just like telling them. Whereas when we're talking face to face, it's a lot easier to communicate how we critique to each other, how we could explain things better. And I was able to give critiques on my end to so many people. Like, I was talking to IBDW where I gave them like really good critiques after a couple games. Like, yeah, you're not dealing with Martinaire very well. You're doing aggression in certain spots where like the expected value is not very good. Like, you have a very strong philosophy where you just approach out of the corner every single time. And I don't think that's great. Whereas like if I were to tell them that online, it's like it would have taken so much longer. It would have been like murky. But since like it's just instant. And then in return, Cody was like, "Oh yeah, like you process things a little bit too slow. Like you kind of are a little inefficient with your movement here and there, and that's why I'm able to react to your waveline off fair versus Zane's fair, which is unreactable." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that." And then talking to Mango, like I was like asking him like, "How are you able to shark me so well way off the top?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, because people don't think about that." Like, imagine if I like messaged Mango that, it would have taken him 2 weeks for him to tell me that. But like at the summit venue, where he has not thanking subs, like it's just instant feedback, and you know, and there's some people like Wizzy, like he's the master of SDI, so as everyone thought, but he actually doesn't know about quarter circle SDI, where you could get two SDI inputs on Fox's up air, and he just somehow did not know that. And I told him that, and I might have made Wizzy a monster. And in return, Wizzy taught me the basics of Wank SDI, where like you shake the controller right on your finger, and it's like, oh wow, that's like that's how you get SDI like Wizzy does, and stuff like that, where like not only am I getting uncommitted, or sorry, not only am I getting committed, undivided attention from these top players, the instant feedback that we gave to each other to advance the level of Melee as a whole was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ugh. The day zero after that, like regardless of whether I was in as a competitor or a VIP, people recognize me for my skill and like the friendlies and the feedback I gave them. They just that alone, that day alone was worth the trip, honestly. just being stuck in a room full of high level, top level competitors to give me feedback, to give them feedback, to really expand the skill level of Melee as a whole. That was great. And just getting top level practice and everything is, from all these top players. I also like Zane, Mango, Cody, Plup, Wizzy, Hbox. Like, it's really easy to put them in a pedestal, considering how I haven't been in the top level, like, for very long, if you would even consider me that. Like, I've idolized these guys when I was like, just a mere spectator back then, 5 years ago. But then like actually approaching them and like talking to them, like they're really chill fellas. Like they're really lighthearted. It's easy to talk to them. If I were to say one surprise though, that actually Zane, he was dead serious. Like he wanted to win, dude. He's like basically like how you would expect Armada to talk, where like in his streams he's like a super chill guy, but then when he was at Summit, he was here to win. Like he didn't talk very much. He had like a dead expression. Just yeah, that was him. He was no, he was not making any jokes. He laughed like a little here and there, but he was here to win, and I totally respected that. I'd say that was like the exception, but like everyone else was chill. And as day zero wrapped, it was already incredible. Like from morning to when we were forced to leave at 10 p.m. That's like 12 hours. Okay, I took a nap in the middle of the day, but like I had like 10 hours of Melee practice right there. 10 hours of like, and after that, like I was grinding with Cody, and like I went to his hotel room just talking more about Melee stuff and how we can improve. Oh man, that alone was worth the experience in my honest opinion. But no, that was just day zero. What about day one? How did that? What else changed from there? So, the official day one. The opening ceremony and Olympic doubles. If anybody has a clip of me, of what I said, I was basically like, I was like really wrestling. Oh man, what should I say? How do I sound badass? How do I sound cool and not cringy? And the opening ceremony, I knew like people wouldn't forget that I wasn't supposed to necessarily be here. Like this is the guy that was supposed to be here, not me. So I knew I had to like mention him to some degree, and I had to like make it tasteful to some way. So I was devising like a quick speech in my head, like, yeah, I really want to honor my spot in Pipsqueak's stead, do my best for him, but I also have to really affirm my values, that the reason why I was even next in line here in the first place is because they believed in my skill. And the reason why they invited me next because of my placement, because of my skill. And the reason why I built up my skill in the first place is because I truly do believe if I put in enough work, enough effort, that I can be the best in the world. That, like, it's very obvious that, I'm a step below, like, the top, the peak level, Like, I know I'm not the favorite by any means to win the event. Like, I could have a dream run where I somehow make winner semis, but I can't beat more than half of the field here. I knew that much was obvious, but I know, like, in a year or two, like, I can break that past that level. I will, in fact, be best in the world. And that's how I wanted to make my latter half of my openings speech, where everyone is a target to me. Like, everyone, they better watch out for me, because I will make the most out of this event, where in the future, after this summit, like, I am a force to be reckoned with. And that's how I prepared my, the opening introductions. And then there was Olympic doubles, which, like, I was just here last minute. I was paired with Yingling. I knew there was no goddamn chance that we would fucking make it past, like, make it even a game against Pleb Hbox. I don't need to talk about that. And then there's the USA versus World event, which turned out to be Moderna versus Fipser. I also didn't really care about that, if I was being honest, because, like, when I was pulled to be first, I actually just woke up from a nap because I kind of got, like, I got rough sleep. And I was like, oh wait, I'm first? Shit. And then I had to play Aklo, and I got fucked up by him because I was like, sorry. Like, if I've known that it was, like, literally that time, like, I would have, I guess, drank more coffee, but that more caffeine. But sorry, they just pulled me when I was literally woke up, so I got bopped by Aklo, so whatever. And also the cruise was really unbalanced. Like, Pittsburgh just had way stronger players, so whatever. And then, I just did whatever. After that, like, there's basketball. I didn't really care about that. Basketball's not really my thing. Some people did injure themselves. And then so I just played more friendlies with top players, kind of like day zero, where it's a little less focused because people are doing things, but, still got a lot of great feedback, still got a lot of great practice. And then came the obstacle course, where for some reason, like, they picked the bottom 4 seed to be team captains, and I was last to, like, pick my 2 picks. And I was really surprised that they didn't pick Mango and Hbox immediately, because I knew that, like, Mango, he's, like, pretty athletic, actually. He could like, make some plays. And I asked Mango, like, yo, you think, like, you're actually trying the obstacle course? And it's like, yeah, sure. So that's why I knew I could rely on him. Even though, like, people were like, oh no, Mango wouldn't show up, he's at the brewery. It's like, I believe in the kid. And when I told Mango about my plan of picking him and Hbox, because Hbox did win the basketball event, he was like, what the fuck? Why are you picking Hbox? And I was like, oh, never mind. I guess you also need a team that would also be compatible. So I changed my mind to Mango Plup, because Plup seemed like a really nimble guy. Like, he might not be athletic, but he seemed like the kind of guy that would have a lot of burst speed. And I was like, I'll pick Mango Plup, and plus Plup and Mango are pretty compatible. So pick those 2. And then I was left with Nun, who was eating Chipotle as we were picking. So he's like, yeah, sorry, I'm too full. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, who could be our sub? And then the summit staff's like, you could pick Zoo. Zoo's willing to sub in. And turns out Zoo was, like, the best, probably one of the best picks that we could have gone, because he got one of the fastest times in our group. Like, so when we went up, I was actually a little slow on the climbing part. Plus, like, I kind of... By the way, the camera angles for the obstacle course didn't do justice for, like, how fast some people went. Like, for some reason, the cameras didn't really pick up, like, the first, like, quarter of the obstacle. Plus, like, I'm surprised they didn't really do like a separate replay of like I was kind of surprised they didn't do like four squares camera style where like they just because like they kept like screen rolling. They like transitioned to like individual cameras. When I'm surprised they just didn't do all four at once. I kind of thought that made it a little disorienting, but whatever. Uh, because I saw firsthand just how fucking fast Plup and Zoo and Mango were, and I kind of held the team back. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, part of being a good team captain is picking those that you believe in, and when when Mango he brought it home, when Plup was absurdly fast, when Zoo taught me the beginning skip where you could jump over the first quarter of the obstacle course, I was like, oh, we clutched it. We clutched it. And yeah, apparently Wizzy was really fast, but like he fucking landed with his knee after the sliding part. And I'll tell you, actually that obstacle course might have like indirectly ruined the rest of the days because I got scraps all over my arms, my toes, my legs. Like I don't know, like let me see. Try look away if you're easily gored up, but like if you can't if you don't like seeing injuries, but like I got like minor scrapes like here and like some of my toes, my ankles, my legs because like you have to like slide, you have to jump all over the place, and literally everyone. Oh man, I didn't even notice. Like I do have an injury here. Like everybody got scrapped to some degree, and apparently like in the first like when we were up against Cody's team, Mango and Cody accidentally like slammed to each other mid-air, and like Cody had like a 10-year injury at like the specific spot that Mango slammed him at, and that made Cody go to the ER. So that wasn't good. Good thing Cody didn't die. uh that would have been disastrous. So and also like people got injured from the basketball event as well. Like I was surprised that so many people were down for basketball when it's like has like one of the highest finger injuries or something. Like, are you really gonna do that? But yeah, apparently Cody was fine. His doctor says that his bones were grossly intact, which I don't. I'd be concerned if my doctor told me that, but I guess he was fine. Uh, but yeah, actually the obstacle course like fucked up way more people than you'd think. It looked harmless, but like because of the sliding thing and like, you know, it's kind of rough surface area, like ooh, it was rough. Oh, yeah, scraps here and there. Uh, so and like Axe said that he hurt his wrist. Uh Mango said he definitely scrapped. I took a shower after that and it felt like I was burning in the shower because like all the scraps in my arms and legs. Like, oh, dude, everything hurt. So that was a little rough. Some like I was talking like I was eating dinner with some of the summit staff, which by the way they serve canes for dinner or lunch. I forgot, but like they served canes at some point, so that also fucked up some of my melee play. But they served lighter food afterwards, so that was fine. But as I was eating food, I was talking to the summit staff, where like she was so stressed out because of like how like it could have been way worse and they're probably never gonna do a physical activity like this again, but at the same time it was fun. It was fun. They did serve healthy food only later on. They're like the first couple days they didn't serve healthy food. The last day they kind of did. um but yeah, not only Game is getting injured, we also were really fucking tired after that. Like that obstacle course, like took a lot out of us. It doesn't look very much, especially when you're there in person. But after that, we were all like heaving. We're like, ah, ah, ah. So yeah, that was a little rough. Um, Thank you, Frieza Saga, for the sub. And then as I was eating dinner, I was watching Mario Party. For a second, I thought there was like a controller issue. So like I walked to the mic saying like, "Oh yeah, Zane might have like his controller plug removed or like his spring removed," and until I realized it was just Hbox sucking. So I was like, "Oh, never mind." Watching Mario Party was a little bit of a uh, one-sided activity that I was watching while I was eating dinner. So that was fun to watch. And then I played Mafia. I've always wanted to participate in Mafia to go against the Smashers. I've seen all the Mafia plays from like the first 10 summits, so I knew the bar was somewhat low, but I wanted to see for myself for the first night. And I was like, all right, let's go. The first night of Mafia. I'm so excited. And then I got killed the first night by Aiden. And I was like, you motherfucker. You're really just gonna kill me? My first time playing, I might never play again? Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. But at least day 2, it was a little better. I didn't get killed off immediately. In fact, I had a roll. I had the police roll, and I was like, oh, not bad, not bad. I made some plays. I think overall, I made a good impact to town, considering I got rid of the second Mafia, and I basically wished town luck that they could find the last one. I could not believe Scar would just kill off Mango. I'm going to look at him differently from now on, knowing that he said that he wouldn't play Mafia without Mango, and then kill off Mango. Because that was the deal, like, Scar was saying, like, oh yeah, I'm only going to play Mafia if Mango's playing, and then, like, Mango agreed. And then Scar killing off, oof, that's something where you can't just look at them the same way again. But yeah, they were. I think I made like decent plays. I could have done better things. Like immediately after, the advice I got from Ken later on was like, oh yeah, as one more thing you could do as a cop apparently is you could like fake review a Mafia and see their reaction. If they're like whoa, then you could probably tell that they're Mafia. And then if they're all calm and passive, they're like, oh, what do you mean? Then you'd be like, oh, just kidding, you're not actually Mafia. That guy's actually Mafia. So like that's like an improvement I can make if I ever get cop again from like 5 summons from now. But yeah, that was fun. I was really glad that town won. I was so happy that if I won, that like I managed to contribute and the contribution didn't go to waste. And then played a little bit more melee. Got a little bit tired. Then that was day 1. Day 1 was where it was all like fun time. You get a little bit of grind. You do a bunch of fun side events, and then the later days is when the real melee was played. Thank you, Web, for the sub. Pretty happy. So, day 2 is when the real deal. It was when round robin pools had to be played, where it would determine about our Gauntlet's placement. And with that, I knew my first opponent was Mango, where I actually never played him in bracket before, and I also didn't know for sure if he would go Fox or Falco. I played him a bunch in friendlies in day 1 and 2, and he was going mostly Fox. Like, he had that like air where he was like, fuck Falco. I don't want to play Falco anymore. When I was like walling him off a little, I was doing a little bit better against his Falco than his Fox, so I kind of expected the Fox I kind of expected him to go Fox when we were up, and then he kind of got me a lot in this set where this is a hand warmer. But yeah, I had some issues killing him. He kind of was running me over. I'm kind of surprised he didn't drop down Shine. But I had some of my moments. Earlier on I was definitely a little scared, but yeah, dude, he was. His Fox is definitely one of kind. You like can't prepare for Mango's Fox. He was doing like weird, stubborn things. Like he was doing a lot of full up aerials at me that frankly weren't good, and I just pivot guarded a lot of them. But that was like the only openings I really got from him, and he didn't really give me too many openings back. I was also very nervous as well, being like, oh fuck, I'm fighting Mango. Getting ran over on FD, that sort of thing, missing all my punishes, just like some other Marts. Man, fighting Mango's it's a whole different beast, I'll tell you. Oh my, Looking back, it's like looking back, it's like that's not good pressure, but for some reason I died anyways. But regardless, like I managed to keep it competitive. I was getting some of my FD strings that if you know my morning accountability practice streams where I practice this almost every day. I'm particularly proud of this stream where it's like, oh, not that one, but where this sequence where I got this grab, where I was getting this up air. Never mind, I'm not proud of this at all. Oh my god. But yeah, I got the weak up airs. This is the part I was proud of, where like I practiced this so much, where the weak up air to a tipper string, where I know that's like the optimal way of ending FD combos. And getting that even on Mango was like really good validation for my practice. It was like, oof, yeah, that's pretty good. Like I'm glad I could get this even in high pressure stakes, like even against Mango, which is why I did like a little pop. I was like, yes, my practice paid off. I almost I managed to get this dancing blade on him somehow, and then this last stock, like, oof. Imagine if I got this. Oh, I saw the reason why I went for this double jump there is because I saw PP get this on him at one time, where PP got this on him in MLG Anaheim. But surprise, players may have changed their habits from 7 years ago. So I guess that's why it didn't work. But yeah, I was still like making him spot dodge a ton. I'm surprised the second one didn't hit. And then yeah, then he read my roll because I was rolling in a lot. So that's kind of what happened. And then later on, he gave me some props. I was appreciative of that.
Nice. How many matchups are we going Fox now?
It's a secret, but there'll be a lot of Fox.
Okay, a lot of Fox, but it's still dual main time.
Yeah, I'll probably no matter what go Falco on Falcons and Foxes.
Okay.
But I think Fox Marf's way better than Falco Marf.
I love the subterfuge here because he tweets he's going Fox in every matchup.
That what?
You tweeted that you're going Fox in every matchup.
Yeah, I think Fox is just better than Falco at this point.
Well, we'll see.
Because everyone keeps getting good against lasers, and it's getting so hard to hit people.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's counterplay is getting so ridiculous, and I think I was able, there are a few moments there in the end where I was kind of throwing, but I feel like Falco in the situation loses. But Fox gets that little extra, I don't know.
Everything Mango says is true.
I was throwing. That was a hard throw.
Still got it though.
I gotta remember how to play in tournament. That was what, first LAN tournament or set.
First set, yeah.
Year and a half.
I started feeling, I was like, after I threw the FD game, I was like, and then I was just giving him the Dreamland game. I just had to remember.
I think that was your first time playing KoDoRiN. What'd you think of our young SoCal Marth player?
Oh, he has lots of potential. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be really nasty in a year or two. Also, feel like Marv is just. He's such a good tournament character.
Is there anything that you could point out about KoDoRiN's style that is markedly different from Zane's Marth?
I always say KoDoRiN's as and kept playing.
Oh wow.
It's very
Great.
slow,
That's
but I feel
funny.
like he's very he thinks a lot of his shit out before he does it, and you can tell he's very big brain. He tries to do the best option. So I think
I do try to do the best
I
option.
think it's pretty slow in moments, but I think if he ever speeds up, he's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
If that boy gets some speed, he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
'Cause we've been playing a bunch of friendlies, and I think he's gonna be nasty in a year or two.
Nice. Sure.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I
good
gotta
shit.
go warm up against Puff.
It's definitely an honor that Mango thinks that of me. Because I know the very first time that he saw my Marth at Genesis Black or something, he actually did not like my Marth at all. He was like, what the fuck is this Choster Marth just smashing all over the place? But later on, I got a little better, and I'm thank you, Spots, for calling me the East Coast scum as an ass. But yeah, no, I appreciate Mango's belief that he thinks I could be really good, and similar critiques that Cody has given me that yeah, I need to be faster in some spots, and yeah, I could definitely see that where a lot of spots I hesitate. I my execution sometimes could be really slow and stuff like that. If I really want to push my A game as hard as possible, being fast is a prerequisite. So stuff like that, very helpful. And then my next opponent, who it is, this motherfucker, which was actually the next day, the one I had to fight the day after. that's the one for day 3. For day 1, I still had to fight Moki, which it was. Moki was going through some shit, and he wasn't in the best state of mind. But I had to do my thing. I executed my game plan. I was kind of getting fucked at first, but after that, I got some tippers, got some edge guards. He was recovering high a lot. I got that Phantom. That was unfortunate, but I didn't. I just knew because I noticed that Moki was respecting my space a lot. You can't just let Mark get away with 3 nairs like that. And he shined me in the air, tech chase uppy. He was getting weird with that, and eventually I took it. He kept recovering high. I remember some stuff about this. Yeah, I was getting the tech chase, and then platform, pushing him off stage, and then he just killed himself. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take that. And the Moki set, I thought I just played pretty solid. I just played my game plan. He was clearly not playing his best on his end. But when you're competing, you can't really be sympathetic. You just have to really reaffirm your values while you're playing. Because it's hard to not feel bad about your opponent. But you have to remember that every time you feel bad about your opponent, you are inadvertently giving them chances to win. And at the end of the day, you're playing for yourself. And that's what I focused on during the set. That even though I knew Moki was going through some shit, it's also my victory. And yeah. He wanted to kill himself, and I stopped him. That's why I laughed a little. So after that, I was done for the day. Since round robin was just 2 days. Watching the Mango and Zane hot tub stream was interesting to see at the very least. I played some more people. To describe a little bit, some people I played, Wizzy, he was looking for me, and I played him a lot. Played Toussaint a bunch. He taught me about hitting Puff grounded, because Toussaint's a very grounded Puff, a very scrappy Puff, so when I dash stance close to him, that's effective against Toussaint's style. SFAT, I learned that he told me that the cadence of my rhythm is easier that I've identified than Zane, because Zane is a better waller than me, and he can't identify Zane's walling patterns, whereas with me, he knows I'll move forward at some point. That was good to know. Plup is very fast. He also, I only played him day 0, where I just had 3 hours of sleep, and he just ran me over, and I was like, man, if I just played a little bit more solid, I think I could put up a better fight. Mango, I asked him about how he keeps sharking me when he's recovering high. He gave me the response that people typically don't think how they're recovering high, and that's how he's able to shark really high. Zane, he was just stone-faced, stone killer. Was try-harding all of our friendlies, which I respect. I was doing alright against him in friendlies. LSDs, likewise. We talked a little bit, but we didn't actually really play too much. Played Axe a little. Fucking ran me over. Aklo. Was fun to play. I played both his Link and his Fox. Had it was either he's super turned on or he's not. And when he's not super turned on, he was a lot easier to fight. H-God, I warmed him up a little. Can be really annoying to hit sometimes, but if you don't let up versus him, he's a lot more doable. And Amsa, I played him. He made that goddamn tweet about how I couldn't kill him until 200. Oh man. When that happened, I was like, oh, that felt so bad, dude. Where was it? But yeah, he said that he got gimped when I killed him at 287% and Dreamland. And I'm like, freaking Yoshi, dude. Freaking Yoshi. Wow, he tweets a lot more than I thought. But yeah, I played friendly with Amsa. He's an incredible player where he doesn't let up. Freaking Marty's up throw. 286, man. The Yoshi dies so early, man. And he basically 2-stocked me almost every game where he was just parrying everything. He knew a lot of tricks that I was not aware of. And it turns out Amsa's really good. Didn't really actually play Mulan too much. Played Wizzy a lot. Yeah, that. And like, I learned some stuff about Amsa. Like, he has a lot of stories that I'm not sure if he's comfortable letting me. I told Amsa that like people would love to hear your stories, man. Like I think people would watch a lot of content if you were to put it up to YouTube or something, that stories that people don't necessarily know about you, because I found out that Amsa doesn't like Rudolph and stuff like that, because the trash talk and stuff like that, and the stories like that where I think Amsa could clarify and really generate views would be interesting. And like yeah, like he has a lot of stories, stuff like all these players, they have their own stories that you wouldn't know unless you talk to them for a little bit. And Rudolph as Spinks, talking to these players was incredible. They didn't really play Mafia day 2 because like you gotta focus. Like there's only I'm only willing to play Mafia. Was it day 2 or day 1 that? Yeah, I guess day 2 was the only time that we could play Mafia. I guess I misaligned the times a little, but yeah, I only played Mafia day 2. Didn't really play any Mafia day 3 because I had to focus. But yeah, day 2, just more friendlies, getting to know some of these top players better, being taken care of by the BTS staff. 20 out of 10, by the way. Free food and housing. What more can you ask for? It's great. So day 3 was the final matches of the round robin and potential tiebreakers, and the Gauntlet stage after Axe and Aklo's disgusting Link Battle show match. I was prepping for this one, where I was pretty confident that I could beat Hbox, given that my inherent style, I think, could give him a naturally hard time. I knew he was definitely better than online, where like he's definitely now like just like he's being a lot more mentally resilient. He's doing good stuff. His execution's a little better, and he's taking his time up there in the air. I saw him beat Moki and take Mango relatively close, and I knew I stood a shot. Where like if I could execute my game plan, I could really do everything. I could hit my pivots. I could beat him. And when game 1 was going on, where he let me pummel him 3 times and didn't DI down away my F throw, I was like, I could do this. Like, I could beat Hbox. I could prove that our online set wasn't a fluke. And how, I've taken games off Hbox before I was good too, at Shine as well, where it actually kind of mirrored this in a little way. Where Dreamland, I kind of got fucking washed, so I just started practicing pivots. I was doing the M2K, where like I was just doing pivots, and I missed up my pivot there, which is why I lost the set. But it was fun to do. I did it purposely because like there's no point trying to make a comeback on Dreamland. And I was still relatively confident that I could at least win this FD game as long as I spaced right, I was controlling my ground right. I avoid those pounds, which I'm proud of. I'm not exactly proud of how I punched that per se, but I was doing everything I could. What I was not proud of necessarily was how I kind of struggled to kill him. You'll see what I mean a little. Yeah, like fucking none of my. I should stop doing pivot S smashes in neutral versus puff because like my arms stick out, and I should just do more movement. But regardless, how I kept killing Puff was just like finding raw reads like that. Which sometimes you can't help it. But yeah, I did like a million side Bs. It was like, okay, whatever, dude. Yeah, you know, I got setups like that. What I was not proud of was when I got grabs like this, my pivots just decided to not work. And what I mean by pivots, pivots decided to not work, I was actually just crumbling under pressure. It was like not the pivots really. It was less so that the pivots weren't working, and more so like I just like couldn't fucking do it. Like, dude, I had 2 chances. Like, I needed to dash a little bit further for this one. And this one, like, I didn't even turn around. I was like, oh, fuck. It was like, I was starting, like, the pressure was starting to get to me a little, where I was like, oh my god, I'm fighting against H-God in person. He's a lot more intimidating in person, when he's, like, fucking towers over you. He's focused. He's screaming. So, that was a big opportunity that I missed. So I had to kill him the old-fashioned way of doing side B 50,000 times and none of them working. Somehow that killed. I don't really know how. And then I'm pretty sure there was another pivot moment that I just could not do for some reason. Like, my pivots in my controller are completely fine, by the way. It's just that, oh man, when I needed it, it just didn't work. That one, I just didn't even bother. Oh my goodness. Why did that work? It worked for Zane, but it didn't work for me. Why? 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 Oh man. The reason why I'm going slow for this one is because something happened that changed the natural course of the set. You might guess what I mean by that. Oh man. He made a little mistake. Man, I don't know why I saved him there. That was so dumb. Oh man, I was really crumbling under pressure a little, but at least I got that. I mean, he fucking kills me here. I don't get how. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I died to that. But I knew I could do it. You know, it was impossible. Just a couple more percent, and he could be in pivot kill percent. We'll see what happens. And you know, I was like, okay, he's almost at pivot percent. Pivot percent is from 70 to 90. He was starting to get some hits on me. A little scared, not gonna lie, but the pivot worked, but I couldn't get the C stick. 4 times. 4, 5 times that I could have ended the set.
Well, nice from KoDoRiN to recognize Hbox was looking for a roll and just run up and grab him. That was smart.
KoDoRiN needs to throw out some more hitboxes, really. He's letting Hbox get in too much. And we talked about, like, Hbox's win condition is getting in on Marth.
Right.
So you really have to continually throw out those hitboxes. And
Scary dip slow.
Wait.
Wow, KoDoRiN down to swing right now. Yeah, he really is playing a lot more passive.
Yeah, his swings are just, like, nowhere to be found now.
Okay, come out again.
Yeah, doing a lot of just straight up waiting.
Pivot forward here, almost off the top.
Standing there menacingly.
Oh, that's it.
Whoa!
Oh, that's it.
Whoa!
Get popped off on.
Oh.
That's it.
There menacingly.
Oh, that's it.
I was smiling, but those were smiles of pain. Also, it doesn't sound loud when Hbox was like said yes. It's a lot different in person. When you hear in person how Hbox said like pops off on you, it's actually really loud. Like the camera, like the sound pickup doesn't do justice of how loud it actually was. Like in my point of view, it was like a yell. It was like yes, that kind of yell. Like, yes, fuck yes, yes. And then like I'm just sitting here right next to him, and be all like, oh fuck, I threw like 5 times. And yeah, he was literally right next to me when he was like Because like he also got up too, where so like he like his gargantuan body just like towered over me while I was like thinking of how I threw like 5-6 separate times, and oh man, that got in my head for a little while. I was like, those are smiles of pain, by the way. Those aren't good smiles. I'm not having fun here at all. I'm just wondering how did I even end up here? Why isn't Pipsqueak here? Why, you know, getting popped off on directly right next to him is like, it just feels like, because Hbox's style isn't always all about outplaying you. It's also about if you're willing to crumble and give him the win. And that time, it felt like I just gave him the win. And that's what made it hurt extra bad. That, like, I basically gave him the win, and he popped off for that. And that, in a way, it felt like it was insulting my skill to some degree. It's like, oh, fuck, I threw that. And I was, like, laughing at myself, like, how can you throw this, like, 5 separate times? And then have a big man that just screamed, yes, towering over you. Like, what are you supposed to think, bro? Mid-set. And I was thinking, like, oh, this sucks. This really sucks. And I tried brushing it off a little, but, dude, when you get popped off on mid-set, you get, like, screamed in your ear that a guy popped up on you. Oof. Oof. Feels pretty bad. Oh, he's like, yes! Yes.
That's it.
Whoa! Get popped off on.
It's truly something that honestly you can't really explain unless you've experienced it yourself. Like, now that I know, all the times that Hbox popped up, like, there's like this kind of pop off where it's already pretty bad. Imagine the pop offs where he literally screams at you. He's like, oh, fucking fuck. Like, I can't. That has to be. No, part of my journey of being the best is inevitably experiencing that myself at some point, and I don't look forward to that. And I was thinking of that, you know, during this game where I wasn't really thinking straight, you know, dash and grab that fucking crouch, and shield grabbing all over the place, and then I get edge guarded. He's probably thinking fuck yes in his head, and I'm thinking like fuck in my head. Oh man. Oh. Oh, dude, I probably should have gone rested there. And I'm like, yeah, that was basically my thought process. And at that point, I was like, I was taking my time. I knew I was tilted all my mind. And I decided that, like, you know what? I'd rather be tilted playing my game plan rather than let this fucker win. And that was like my resolve. Like, it was like, I don't care how the rest of the set goes. I'm making him work for it. I'm playing my game plan. And yeah, I started to juggle him a little. I'm still not thinking straight because, like, you know, how could you think straight? You know, so I tried to do a trick where he crosses my shield and he hits me, so then he dies. I light shielded, so that pushed me a little bit too far. But honestly, this is also an acceptable outcome. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna at least try to put up a respectable fight, even though I'm down a little. Goes for that dash attack because I know it will knock down, which is why I weaved around it. And then, you know, I made some plays here and there. Somehow this happened. I'm like, sick, I'll take that. And then I was like, it's a competitive game again. And, you know, even though, I was still down quite a bit, I knew I could do it. I knew I could still do it. Even if I wasn't hitting my pivots, because I knew my pivots were a little unreliable at this point. You know, at least it's good damage. And, fuck, you know, I missed that pivot again, where I just didn't even fucking turn around. But I didn't care. Like, you know, if I can't kill you through pivots, I'm going to kill you through juggles. I'm going to kill you through wave dash forward smash. I'm gonna keep getting positioning. I'm gonna try to do all I can to win, basically. And you know, some opportunities happen. I held down, got that pivot tip, not that pivot tip, wave dash tipper. I was down so much. I thought that it was over here, but I made a hard call out that he's gonna bear here, so that's why I countered. I called out the timing where he was about to get out, like he was about to, you know, move. So I grabbed at that timing, and I was smiling a little comeback. I knew it wasn't over this as up smash doesn't kill. I was not countering because I knew he was looking out for it. Somehow did not die there. I guess I could have edge guarded him, but fuck, no one's gonna do that. No, don't you pretend that you would do it too at this situation. But you know, building a percent, and he's at kill percent. I knew I could do it, and it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I'm pretty sure Hbox thinking like, oh my god, am I gonna throw this? And I was doing all I can to get this, but not over yet. I'm surprised he didn't read a tech roll in, considering how much I wanted to live. I guess I should have S-smashed here, but he probably would have survived it. I don't think it was bad. Unfortunately, that side B didn't hit. I wanted to play it safe. I guess I didn't play it safe. That wave dash forward tilt was really risky, actually. But, you know, I got doing all, like, spacing as well as I can. And, yeah, and then hearing that pop off again, that was salt in the wound a little. And it said stuff about me. I was like, fuck.
Dude, I feel like the set would have been so different if I hit like the crucial pivot moments.
Yeah.
And like, it just decided not to work. I'm like, fuck. And like, it wasn't the controller's fault. I just didn't even turn around. I just stood there. I'm like,
and you were hitting them all in friendlies and practice.
Yeah, dude, you saw the game too where I was just
practicing.
And then Mango randomly came in and congratulated me for being a melee player.
You know, like, just sitting there and be like, first. I was just sitting there and be like, oh. And then like game 4, I was still thinking about the pop off.
I knew it.
Like the first 2 stocks melted because I was just like, oh.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. I say you're a melee player. Once you get clutch boxed and popped off on, you're
officially
legit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, welcome to the club, dude.
I don't like it. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Welcome to the club. It's not fun.
Rite of passage.
You'll never know what it's like to get clutch boxed.
Oh, never got clutch bucked on. It's like a really good thing.
You can't.
You guys should be grateful that most of you will never know what it's like to be clutch box, because it's not good. It's not a good feeling. It's just not. But that was, you know, I had to get over that to the Gauntlet stage, where it was like a unique format where we kind of like go through levels. You know, we fight like the lower seed based on your placement in a round robin, and then you kind of work your way up. And if you're the top 2 placer of your Gauntlet, you are making it essentially. And I kind of lucked out a little getting Yingling in my bracket. I'm like, my strongest matchup is easily the Falco matchup, and I fucking trounced him all 3 games, where it's like, I mean, well, it's just unfortunate that this is my strongest matchup, and Yingling kind of got the shit end of the stick here. Not much really to say. And then I got SFAT, who actually is kind of a problem matchup for me, where historically he has like a very positive record. But this tournament, it was a little different because I could tell that SFAT was playing a little off. Like, he kind of just, you know, fell for kind of... I knew his execution was not on point. And some things that he normally hits with, it just wasn't really working out. Oh man, I am proud of this one. you know, getting that sequence. But he did take game one. You know, despite SFAT not playing his best, I also was playing like pretty shit as well. Oh man, yeah. How did this end? Yeah, I did a tourney winner and he took advantage of that with an up air. That didn't feel good, but there are, you know, some other sequences I got. You know, I stepped it up. I stepped it up a little, despite me not playing well. I made the most of some of my stuff. Little custom combos here and there. And the Nair extensions of Pew Pew, by the way. And, you know, at least I was able to take the FD game. Kind of got a little too fancy with some of these sequences. Run up shield. I'm gonna grab that. Ooh, took the double jump away, but that somehow did not work. And then I like didn't want to go out there, so like I did the jump neutral B, which hits lower, which is why I hit that side B sweet spot. And then dude, when SFAT was jumping around, it actually like it not only did it shake the camera, but it also like shook the floor as well. So it sounded like a mini earthquake, honestly. And I was like, oh my god, SFAT, don't break this floor. But yeah, this is really the game where it was so apparent that SFAT was not playing well. Like, okay, he got that ledge dash, but like he did like no other clean ledge dashes after that, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like just like his execution just felt like off for some reason. And well, I know why, because like we played last, it was group D, and like we were pretty hungry, and like the body plays its best at certain times and plays worse at some other times. So that's kind of why. Regardless, you know, had to take advantage of that. And I had to make the most out of certain sequences. I'm pretty sure I ended up shield grabbing a lot, and some of them somehow worked. Really have to get rid of that habit, because I'm not proud of that habit. I'd rather get some openings. Like, instead of shield grabbing, I need a light shield more, because I do get reserved. I don't think I could change that part, but at the very least, I could... Oh my god, what am I doing? But yeah, it was really a test of whose C game was better, because neither of us were playing our B game. We were just playing like shit. And generally, the rule of thumb is that if both players are playing bad in Mark versus Fox, typically Mark wins, because he has easier execution in some spots, and Fox is more prone to killing himself, like you saw there. Like, he couldn't even get the sweet spot neutral B. So that's like really the biggest reason why. Oh my god, imagine if he killed himself there again. That would have been really ugly. So I gave up the chain grab because I knew I was not playing well enough to continue that. Wispy. And yeah, basically the floorboards were the trampoline. Oh yeah, that was a good recovery. I need to call that out sometimes. Got that shield grab. Got the Nair extension. Nair is so good, dude. The Pew Pew Nair, amazing. Amazing. But I actually nearly blew this lead. I don't know what happened at some point, but he just started to claw it back somehow. I'm not really sure how or why, but you know, despite giving a lot of chances, I got a smash there, and it was just pure spaghetti here. Well, why don't we just watch?
I thought that was coming. He's playing to not lose.
Yeah. Yeah, he just wants to get it over with.
Get it done. But that's not what you want.
I thought it was over here.
No, back air.
Could have done a touch there. Maybe a little bit nerves. Oh,
wow.
Really perfect
Oh
pixel.
my god. What a
You see that, bro?
Oh my lord, he gets a grab.
Forward smash? No. Flubs.
I thought it was over here. I should have double jumped there.
Extra juice in the up B.
Oh, he ran into that Nair.
Downwards.
Missing the PC drop.
KoDoRiN.
What a beat.
Holy smokes.
I can't believe I had the balls to do that.
Juice in the up B.
I don't know why I did this.
Downwards.
Missing PC drop.
Why did I do this?
Okay.
Oh my god, that's such a hard call out. I don't know why I did this. I must have felt like, you know what, screw it, I'll do this. But like, I don't know, looking back, like this is such a... I can't believe I had the balls to do this. I don't know what came over me to do that. Because normally, like, you could cover this angle if you just like, if you teeter cancel here, like, you can't teeter cancel backwards, but if you teeter cancel forward, you could forward smash this and cover this, and like, if they go straight at you. But I don't know, I just felt like going for a hard read here. And that happened. I don't know, maybe the adrenaline gave me like a third eye, whereas like, I'm gonna grab Ledge here, and he's gonna go there. Because SFAT normally doesn't even recover sweet spot that often either. At least in tournament. In friendlies, it's a little different, but in tournament, that's a lot scarier to do. And I guess the adrenaline I was feeling, I was like, fuck it, and then I grabbed the Ledge. Oh, what a play. What a play. And, yeah, so, I don't know. I don't PC drop that often, so I appreciate Lovage thinking that I'm a very good player, but that the reality was I didn't even mean to PC drop at all. And then somehow kept going in the fourth game, where I felt like I probably should have died there, but whatever, I'll take it. He double jabs. It's a big mistake to do versus Smart. What kind of, why did I pair there? And then he held down versus my side B, which yeah, he recovered well. I really wanted to kill him with side B because I was too afraid to do an F smash, and he fucking kills himself here, and then doesn't do the jump side B. Again, he's playing bad. Attack on that 7%. Like, honestly, I'll take that. He air dodges down. That grabs my... He air dodges downwards and it misses my... Oh my god, dude. Bad melee sometimes produces great, weird results. Primetime Z, thank you so much for the prime. And, gets me there. It's like the typical flowchart. Oh my god, this shield grab. I'm actually disgusted this shield grab, and I punished the mango dash. Somehow get this. Normally I suicide dare this. I'm surprised I went for an up B, because going for this up B is way harder than going for a suicide dare. I don't know what went over me to just do this up B instead. I guess I was afraid that if I suicide dared, I might have missed or got the Cyrus spot. But yeah, this somehow worked. Any other conditions, I would have 100% suicide dared this. For some reason, I went with the harder option to up B that, but yeah, that was ugly. And I managed to somehow beat SFAT in our first LAN tourney set, where we both just played really bad. I'll take it. And then after that, I was expecting to get fucking destroyed by Plup's Fox or Plup's Sheik, but surprisingly, it went Fox against me. And you know, at that point, I was just basically living in borrowed time. Like, I was just so tired because, like, you know, it's past dinner time. I was really hungry, and since the stakes were like not really there, because like we both are guaranteed winners, so like I didn't really care either. And yeah, you get that. I should have went down there, but at least I get that. That's the Caesar. If any of you all know who Caesar is, he's an Irvine Mart that did that combo literally all the time, and I remembered Caesar at that moment, being like, yeah, I should do the Caesar right now. Yeah, Plup is taking advantage of some of my bad shield grabs. Yeah, it gets me in some spots, and yeah, it was Fox Up Air Simulator. Oh man, what am I doing, dude? Yeah, I was definitely living on borrowed time at that point. Oh, holy shit, Plup. Yeah, well, that one was just a really bad nair, so that one, you definitely deserve to get shield grab for that one. And I get the sequence. It's not too bad. That one, I don't know about that shield grab, but yeah, I made a hard call out that he was gonna camp a little, so that's why I went for that tipper. And at that point, I was thinking like, oh my god, am I gonna make it out first? But no, that definitely didn't happen. Instead, he responded back. You know, like, you know, you can't just take a W over me that easily. Yeah, it's missing the bit dinner debuff. And some FD combos I had though, I was like really surprised on some things I was doing. Yeah, going for these side Bs up tilt. Like, I know going for side B is optimal at these percents, but it's never clear what the follow-up is after that, and I was surprised it ended it that way, because normally the expected thing is that if they DI in, if they like do a certain DI, you could get a side B up B, but sometimes it just ends that way, and it's like, oh, cool, I'll take that. It's kind of like a Falco pillar combo. Like, you're not, you know, like this is like the optimal thing to do, you know, to get the weak there, but you're not quite sure how it ends. That's how I view like side B extensions. So I still think it's the optimal thing to do, but you're not just quite sure how it ends. Yeah, you ran into that. I don't care about my neutral. My neutral is not good this game, or this set, because I was just living on borrowed time. But yeah, I get these up air strings, weak up airs. Oh my god, I can't believe I went for this. I was like, after this sequence, I was like, John, what the fuck are you doing here? Why? What am I doing?
Link. Oh my. No. The Aklo game I won was against Link. Oh my god.
Oh no! Up it. Okay.
Oh my god, what the fuck am I doing here? Yeah, I'm a dumbass for going for that. And then yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to end it there because like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the easy Nair extension, but you got the right DI. Plus I'm at the opposite side of the stage, so you should probably always up air there. So yeah, okay, that's something to keep in mind later on, is that if I'm gonna go for the Nair extension, I can't do it at this side of the stage, like, because they could just DI out. So that's good to know. And then after that, yeah, I was just pooped out. I got some stocks here and there. Doing the Uncle Punch, get the weak up airs, and for some reason it did bad DI here. I'll take that. But then yeah, he just ran me over. So that was a Gauntlet stage where, like, honestly, I didn't really care what happened. What I did care about though was, like, you know, I thought that of all the top players I could draw, either Wizzy or Zane, possibly Amsa. Like, Amsa is probably the worst draw I could get because I'm not that good versus Yoshi yet. But versus Zane, because I know his weakest matchup is probably the Mark Ditto, and he hasn't fought me too much. And I thought I would had a good chance versus him. But then, like, when I had, like, the realization that... Well, okay, before I get into that, like, yeah, you see I'm, like, still... I'm, like, really trying to calm the pressure. But day 4, I just slept in because, like, I knew my final bracket wasn't until, like, 2. And I slept in for a little bit, and I was really concentrating that, like, I want to at least try to do, like, because, like, it's really easy to say that, hey, yeah, like, this is how I should be thinking, but this is, like, the most pressure I probably felt about the tournament set ever, because, like, I just realized, like, the stakes were so much greater than ever. Like, that tens of thousands of people are watching. There's so much money on the line, and, like, Zane's really fucking good. like feeling that new pressure for the first time, it was different. Like I'm used to like the pressure of other things, but I'm not really used to the pressure of being in that peak level stage. Like I'm used to like top level pressure. Let's get that clear. But what I'm not used to yet is peak level pressure. Like this is peak level pressure. Yeah, I'm saying even though top and peak means the same thing, I'm distinguishing it at like the very, very top, where holy shit, I'm at this vaunted stage, this vaunted room, with the best player in the world, with tens of thousands of people watching, with tens of thousands of dollars on the line, with the every expectations that you're gonna get fucked. Yeah, you know, you could say that I was feeling the pressure a little, maybe a little too much pressure. And it was hard for me to think straight because I had like a specialized game plan versus Zane on how to deal with some of the zoning patterns, how to edge guard in. And you know what I did? I just ended up doing nothing to them. Like I didn't really do anything. Like I did okay at first. Like I knew like how Zane liked opening up his you know, swinging patterns, and like I purposely whiff punched around it. I was really surprised that he was DIing in. And I didn't really like take advantage of some of it. Like I kept thinking that like he was gonna DI out, but he didn't somehow. And like I did okay, like I was doing alright, and then he hit me. And then like I fucking crumbled after that. Man. Oh man. Dude, like stuff like not being able to wave dash from that. Not doing my edge guard stuff. I'd say I went for like the easier technique, which I knew that's not what I should be going for, but yeah, that, oof. And I went for that a lot, which I don't think he fell for a single goddamn time. Hell, he should have dared there. But yeah, no, like this is like you could see like a lot of bad decisions here, but what you guys don't see from tourney sets, high pressure sets like this is like the feeling. Cause imagine playing in your room and unranked where you're at the comfort of your home, just, you know, pressing buttons. And then imagine being in an environment you're not used to where it feels like your hands are being tightened by like an external force and like your body is freezing up, like your brain is not thinking rationally, and you're going against the best player in the world. It's like two very different environments where, oh my god, like thinking back, it was so woof, dude. It was, you know, I made a game plan specifically for Zane that I had every confidence that it would work to at least take one game, but I did not make a game plan about this new type of pressure that I was not used to. And that's a takeaway to learn and remember, is to expect this kind of pressure, because I didn't expect this, to be honest. Somehow I didn't. Like I was used to like, you know, top level pressure, but peak level pressure is a little different. I'll say that much. And I kind of just got run over after that. You know, I was getting 3-stocked. I at least took one, I guess, but you know, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, not 2-stocked, but you know, I at least I kept like the last game a little respectable. At least I took it to last stock. But oh my goodness. Where's my 5? Gifting 5. Thank you so much, man. Good. I'm gonna guess that you saw my performances. Could do some stuff a little better. At least I ledge trapped in here. But like I missed like, that's because of the pressure that I couldn't up throw fair him. You know. Oh man, I was really sad that that didn't kill him. I should have down tilted, but I was really pressured to just do that. I need to come up with a new flow chart if they have a double jump. Like I think I can't just grab the ledge every time. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and then I didn't DI in that. Yeah. GG Zane. Very nice work. GMO? Probably. We'll see, depending on whatever events are on. And then after that, I got none as my draw for. I got none as my losers bracket draw, and not like the worst opponent I could have gone. I've beaten him online a couple times, and we actually played a couple times in LAN where like I did take a game off of him in TMT LAN, and that so I had like some experience, and I was still like feeling the pressure a little, but at least like I'm not going up against the best player in the world. I'm going up against someone that's known to be a little volatile. And honestly, like before when we went to the set, me and Nun, like we both looked at each other and we were like, yeah, we're pretty pooped out at this point. Like Nun's like, yeah, I'm just whining a rave. Like we need to eliminate each other, dude. Like I want to get out of here. Like I want to enjoy the rest of the event. Oh my god, that up air was genius. But yeah, I wanted to enjoy the rest of the event, and None just wanted to chill as well. I need side B fair more often to call out the jump. But yeah, we had like a mutual agreement that we're both pretty tired. But at the same time, I'm gonna put forward my best effort possible. And I knew None would not be an easy opponent. I still had to like apply, I have some Falcon knowledge that honestly I was not really applying that well. Because like at that point I was pretty pooped out. But I still had to try. I still had to execute my game plan versus Falcon, where like, I need to make a little bit more reads. And sometimes that's fine. I can't believe that didn't tip her, and I can't believe he spot dodged. I can't believe that went to the side platform, so I had to look that out. And oh man, yeah, this is a lot of slots from both sides. I got grabbed by that odd. Can I tell you that up B command grab is like maybe the most broken thing in tournament. Because you do that once in friendlies, and I'm going to look out for that. But then in tournament, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to sit my shield forever. No, dude, that thing is broken in tournament. Ugh. More Falcons should spam that, honestly. Oh, I can't believe that gentleman didn't work. But, I honestly thought I was going to lose this game. Based on how some things were going. But, well. I can't believe that tipper missed. I thought for sure it would hit. But, is quite scrappy. I still had my tech chases though. And then I can't believe that tech chase led to this dare spike. And I thought, I could carry on this momentum. But instead, he just killed me instead. And I could not take that game. And game 4 was a little precarious for me. Marth Falcon was always a precarious matchup, especially for Marth. I can't believe I didn't get that dare, dude. That dare. But I knew I still had a chance. Still fighting. If this is my last tourney set, I want to at least go down, giving it my all. And it did look like it was the end, but I got some good reads. Even though he did that, I'm surprised Nair went that way, and I'm surprised he didn't wall tech that. I'm grateful that he did it. We're gonna get it because Stomp on this. Dude, it's not so broken sometimes. Got the side B interruption. Got the CCF tilt. Probably not the best thing to do. But oh man. I was trying to call out his jumps, but I didn't get capitalized there. So I noticed here, what 1B to set here was earlier on, I was getting crouch canceled at the ledge here every time I down tilted. So I made an adaptation to just grab to beat the crouch cancel. Because look at here. He was holding down. That's why I went for the run-up grab read. Because when he held down, I knew from earlier interactions, he was reversaling me off of going for down tilt at the spot. So I knew, like, okay, this is the time to go for grab. Like, now or never. And so that's why I went for that grab. And I noticed here, like, he's not DIing in. He's DIing a little out. he wants to avoid getting F to F tilted. So this next time, I know he's gonna hold down again, probably. Never mind, he shielded, but I knew he was like, I knew down tilt was not the play, so I made another hard read again to instead of F throw, he's gonna want safety. I'm gonna up throw him, and then go for the Ken combo. Like this was just like 5 reads I made in a row that was necessary for me to win. And every Falcon's gonna DI in there, because if you DI out, you're probably gonna get edge guarded. So, oof. That was stressful. I had to make like 5 reads to make that play happen. And yeah, they were kind of safe reads, but still, they're like, you know, like if you just fucking need me here, I would have died, you know? So that was a play that was required to make this to game 5, because I don't think I would have beaten him any other way. And then game 5. Oh man, I was surprised he just went back to Fallon. I'm grateful he doesn't go to Dreamland. I think Fallon's a good stage from Mark, but yeah, it was gentlemening. Neither of us are really playing our best. I can't believe I just let him stop me, but whatever. Tipper down tilt, and it's going my way. It's going my way. I knew it was very possible for me to win this. And I undershot that fair because I knew he was very good at dash dance and grab that. And I thought I could go for a spike here because I didn't see him do the Sechi, where he wiggles out and grab the ledge, but I guess he decided to do that game 5. And that's why I died. I didn't die just yet, because he tried to be a little fancy. Near jab. Because I know none sometimes can't help it. Oh, dude, the fucking found. Whatever. But here. I thought, oh man, how did this miss? That's why this missed. Holy fucking shit, dude. Man, I should have forward smashed here. I was wondering, like, why did that down tilt not hit? Because I do believe if I hit that down tilt, I would have won the set. But I guess I didn't hold forward far enough. And, yeah, that's why I lost the set. Well, that's a shame. But, no matter. I still had, like, a lot of opportunities. And I was a little slow with that S smash. And that up B is so fucking broken in tournament. Oh, dude, that B, dude, is so broken. I went for that play, but like, man, I need to do more. If I'm gonna run out fair, I have to like go for like a weak up air and then combo that to like a kill. So, dude. And they're getting S smashed here. He did it in magnifying glass, so I was really surprised. Yeah, and then I did a bad shield grab and died. So what could have been a 4 stock to 2 swing, now he's up 3 stock to 2. That's an edge you never want to give to top players. And if you're looking to upset me, that's an edge you should never get to me. At least I close it out at some point. Yeah, I'm just gonna let the final 2 stocks speak for itself.
You're already holding that direction too, so it might be easier.
No, you're
You're crazy. You're crazy.
That was a little late.
I want to see a KoDoRiN pop off. I want to see a KoDoRiN pop off.
I want to see, I want to see a nun pop up, but I'll probably never get one in my whole life.
Imagine none popping off. You
I
never
know
pops
it's
off.
known when he's saying some really funny stuff on the mic afterwards.
Exactly. I'm down for that. That's
Nah, well, that one's hard because he's really high.
snipes out that.
Oh my goodness.
KoDoRiN. Stop for
Man,
KoDoRiN.
it looks like I should win here, right?
Jesus.
But I'm a fucking idiot.
No knee?
Fucking idiot discounter.
This is actually a perfect time for the platforms to be gone.
Last
Game
stop,
five, last
game
stock.
5. I love last stop, game 5.
Huh? They're back.
No,
Oh, I
using the
love last stock, game
platforms, but
5.
will that work against KoDoRiN's naring and fairing?
Uh-oh.
Great
Oh,
crouch
God.
grab.
That might be it. Win condition. Win condition. Tech chase F smash?
Yep.
Yep.
You already know.
Oh, again.
Oh,
Dude.
oh,
that-
wait a minute.
Wow.
Wow.
Tech
I
chase F
missed
smash?
that.
Ooh.
No, I was a little late.
Yeah. What was he looking for? Oh, no one there.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, dude, I should have fared here. And this is why I lost. Because, like, I was, like, feeling the pressure big time. And if I fared here instead, I probably would have won.
Yeah. What was he looking for? Oh, no one there.
Oh, that's it.
No, I thought it was gonna
Oh, that's fair. Fair down air.
Oh,
just
shit.
the
Straight
knee.
for the knee.
Yeah, and then went for the handshake. I hope people weren't making fun of that. Where like, oh, he's handshaking, spreading COVID. We're all vaccinated. It's all fine. And you know, other people handshake too. They hugged. So yeah, that was basically my story, my summit experience. The final bracket. I just hung out at that point. I ate pizza. I ate food. I ended up, dude, watching the final bracket of like. I commentated a little. I commentated Zane, Hbox, and Plup Mango. Hope you guys enjoyed that commentary with my little insight. And I warmed up Hbox a little. Where I told him how to down away DI, but like he didn't actually do it very much. So we'll see in the future if he actually does it properly. And then seeing Zane Mango was like, it was a trip, dude. Like fucking every time this happened, because I was there in the venue. And when this happened, everyone in the venue fucking popped off. And, you know, given how I'm SoCal, you know, I have to support Mango too. Again, Zane's my... I love Zane too, but, like, yeah, I have to support SoCal. And when that happened, I don't think anybody thought Mango would win. I didn't think Mango would win. I bet on Mango 2-1 odds on Zane, and when he was down 2-0, I was prepared to pay up. But oh my god, the way how like everybody just believed in Mango. Not just believe in Mango. Every reaction, every time like Zane was chain grabbing Mango, the entire venue was like, oh no, no, no. And then every time Zane messed up a chain grab, the entire venue was like, yeah, yeah, Mango, let's go, Mango. And every time he killed him, everybody was screaming. And like everybody, it's been years since we've gathered around to an event to scream, Mango, 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 Mango. And that was... You know, Zane said so later on when I talked to him at the after party. He was like, yeah, dude, like, every time we were in that room, like, it's dead quiet, but it was the first time, like, he heard, like, the floor rattle a little, and, like, hearing everybody screaming Mango. And I didn't help. I kind of contributed a little towards that chant. Apparently it was the first time the entire venue was, like, screaming for, like, a certain player. And I hugged a random guy when, like, I didn't know his name or his tag, and I hugged him when Mango reset a bracket, and oh my goodness, it was. This is how I knew. This is how I knew that we were back, like Melee's back when Mango's winning. You just cheer for his name, no matter, and give every possible edge to Mango, and make his opponent mess up. The true test of being the best in the world is overcoming that. And you know how I said earlier on that that I felt insane amount of pressure playing Zane? I know that is nothing compared to playing Mango and Grands, where everybody is actively cheering against you, and people will claim that you're killing Melee if you beat Mango, and just the insane, you hear the crowd just actively going, just like, I know that is probably, if Mango keeps playing, that is probably the hardest thing that I would ever have to overcome. And it's probably worse than being popped off on. It's probably worse than being in the greatest stakes ever of playing against Zane. I know that is actually the final test right there, is beating this Mango fucker, dude. Man. Because I didn't help Zane at all when I was cheering for Mango, and I realized, like, if I want to be the best, this is something I would have to overcome at some point, too. And that'd be really hard. That would be really, really hard. Because I imagine that Zane has not felt this in years, and that's why this happened. When he was hearing the ground just crumble, and that happened, he was probably literally hearing, like, the floor shake when everybody was screaming that. And yeah, that's something else. That is maybe not something I'll have to deal with in like a year or two, but in due time I have my due time to overcome that myself, and I don't look forward to that. Yeah, that's my Summit retrospective. If any of y'all want to ask anything about my Summit thoughts, any other questions I didn't go over, feel free to ask so in chat right now, and I'll feel free to answer. M2K is analyzing grand finals. I hope he's really analyzing like the human aspect of the pressure and how many times M2K himself had to overcome the Mango chance. Because I feel like that's probably more insightful than whatever gameplay he could critique. Gameplay specific impressions from Grands. I was really surprised that despite both of them playing well, or no, both of them playing absurdly bad, that Mango prevailed. Because typically when they're both playing bad, I think Marth has a huge edge. The after party was pretty fun. I talked to plenty of people. Had some talks with Cody, had some talks with Zane, and even talked to Ludwig a little. He was at the after party. And a bunch of other people. I made an agreement with Zane that like we would help each other out. You know, I would give him some information on what I think he could do better in certain spots and how he could help me back in return. Oh, Zane was heartbroken, very obviously heartbroken, but he took it like a champ anyways, and yeah, it was really fun. The after party, talked to a bunch of people, had some heart to hearts, and after that, by like midnight, I was just ready to go home. I brought home the obstacle check. I don't know if I could really show that here. Unless you all really want to see the obstacle check. It's pretty big. I had to like fit it in my Uber ride home. What was staring down Scar in that Mafia game like? Well, I didn't have to confront Scar in that final moment, so I can't explain that. Yeah, well, if M2 gets on that human stuff, he's really missing out. Yeah, I brought the check home. It's sitting there somewhere in my apartment as a memoir. It was so fun. If y'all want to see it, I'm willing to showcase it a little. Thank you for enjoying my commentary, Helix. Yeah, me and Moki, since we were roommates for a hotel, and like we talked a lot about stability in doing melee full time, and like I hope he takes some insights I told him into consideration. Because like I talked to Blair a lot on how I could do melee full time, and he gave me a lot of good insights I feel like would benefit Moki a lot too. Yeah, Mega opened up a can of worms beating Zane. Like, it's just like I think Zane knows a lot of mistakes he made. It's just like really like the takeaway, like the pressure that really got to him. Not answering that, Nectar. It's the biggest thing I learned at Summit, that I need to be faster overall, and certain cadence that I make too obvious. And the pressure experience definitely helped the most. It's like knowing, being there once helps me prepare for the next time. Yeah, Mango definitely did force it a lot. Do you think showering your parents your big paycheck from this tourney will help? maybe Drake. I think they're more concerned about like the long-term stuff, but you know, having a decent check, that helps. That helps a little. Right, Kandayo. I was commentating at Summit. It was really fun, and it was really easy to work at. It was really easy to work with like some of the commentators, like the more experienced ones, and like they really brought out my strengths, and you know I have a little improv experience, and that helped me. It was really fun. Being faster, yeah. What they mean is that like my processing speed, for example, like before when I did like a wave dash forward smash, like Cody told me that I would used to like walk a little, and that made it really obvious that I wanted a wave dash forward smash as opposed to just like an instant burst forward smash. And sometimes like I would stand still a little bit too long because like of like my processing speed was like not fast. So stuff like that, and like the waveland off fairs, I wouldn't do crisp waveland off fairs. Definitely when Mango says it, I don't really know what he means, but like when Cody clarified to me, that was like, oh yeah, that's really invaluable. Yeah, I'm glad it was. I'm glad you thought it was good, Drake. Mingo's very intuitive. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if I can impress him being a little faster next time. Because you also have to take it one step at a time. Yeah, Mingo's very intuitive, partly because I think he's also very talented. And when you're talented at something, it makes it hard to like explain things to others. It's like, well, how come you can't just do it? And it's like, I'm not as talented as you. Sorry. Do I want to side bet on Verdugo results? Oh, what's on Verdugo? But yeah, any last questions before, you know, I'm a little inspired by the Mango run. I'm gonna have my own Fox. I don't really know who's gonna win. Like, I guess the favorite's West, but not by very much. It's like by 5%. Did I get to play Axe's Pikachu? Yeah, I did, and he's very hard. Am I going to Verdugo? No way. Not today. Ringo is actually leveled up big time. Like, he's definitely gotten a lot smarter with how he does things, and his punish game is out of this world. Yeah, I mean, I would say that like Wes is favored, but not by very much. Yeah, I played a bunch of friends with Wizzy. He's very good. Every time he touched me, he killed me. What's the biggest mentality or non-gameplay thing that you learned? Yeah, the mentality that I learned is that I need to expect great pressures from high stakes tourneys like Summit. I'm not answering that, Goob. I'm done talking about Summit, and I'm not going to Verdugo. I don't think you're the favorite, Gio. Not gonna lie. How's your plan B? How's your plan B going, Gio? Because if you don't have a plan B, I'm not placing any stakes on you. Also, when is Verdugo gonna have a stream, dude? Where's the stream for Verdugo? Dude, Mango has probably told you to, inadvertently, that, like, yeah, you need to have a more consistent game plan. Anyways, any last questions before I go to my unranked Fox challenge? For all I do is hold forward. I'm not gonna actually hold forward all the time. I'm gonna try to approach, but not dumb. I'm a little J-Bone fan. I'm a little inspired by a certain Fox. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching, y'all tuning in, y'all supporting me, and don't really know what else to talk about with Summit. Hope there's more things for me to improve on, to compete more at, because I do love competing in Melee. And I'll be streaming, like, or putting out the YouTube content, more importantly. And check it out. And yeah, I'll keep doing this. I'll always see you all around.